The Warriors just won a full-blown bidding war, and the rest of the NBA didn't see it coming. Multiple teams were in the mix, but Golden State made the move that changed everything. Fans are celebrating, rivals are stunned, and insiders say this decision could reshape the Warriors' future in a big way. If you thought the offseason was quiet, think again. This move just flipped the script. Breaking news, Warriors fans, this just shook the entire NBA world, and if you're a Golden State supporter, you're going to want to watch this all the way to the end. Because the Golden State Warriors didn't just make a move, they won a full-blown bidding war. Multiple teams were involved. Front offices were scrambling. Phones were blowing up. And when the dust finally settled, it was the Warriors who walked away with the prize. A move so calculated, so aggressive, and so perfectly timed that league insiders are already saying this could completely reshape the NBA landscape for the next several seasons. This wasn't luck. This wasn't coincidence. This was strategy at the highest level. For weeks now, there's been quiet tension around the league. You could feel it building. Executives knew something big was coming. Rumors kept leaking, then disappearing. One day it was almost done, the next day it was dead. But behind closed doors, the Warriors were working. And while other teams were posturing, hesitating, or trying to protect assets, Golden State made the decision that others were too scared to make. They pushed all their chips to the middle of the table. Sources around the league say at least 4 major teams were aggressively pursuing the same target. Offers were flying in. Draft capital. Young prospects. Financial gymnastics. Everyone wanted to win this bidding war, because everyone understood what this move meant. This wasn't just about talent. This was about direction. About identity. About signaling to the league that you're all in, right now. And somehow, once again, the Warriors found a way to outmaneuver everyone. Think about how crazy this is. Just a short time ago, people were questioning Golden State's future. They said the dynasty was over. They said the window had closed. They said Steph Curry was being wasted. They said the front office was stuck between timelines, afraid to commit fully to winning now or rebuilding for later. And now, those same voices are completely silent. Because this move changes everything. This move sends a message not just to fans, but to every locker room, every GM, every superstar across the NBA. The Warriors are not done. They are not rebuilding. They are not settling. They are reloading. And the most important part? Steph Curry was involved. You don't make a move like this without Steph's awareness. Without his approval. Without understanding what he needs to win another championship. Curry is still playing at an elite level. Night after night, he's proving he's not slowing down. And Golden State knows this window, while still open, won't stay open forever. So they acted. Behind the scenes, this bidding war got intense. Other teams tried to drive the price up. Some believed the Warriors would eventually back out. They thought Golden State wouldn't be willing to sacrifice future flexibility. They assumed the Warriors would play it safe. That assumption was their biggest mistake. Golden State didn't blink. They understood that championship windows don't wait. They understood that being almost good enough means nothing in today's NBA. And they understood that if you hesitate, someone else will take your place at the top. So they made the call. And now, the ripple effects are already being felt across the league. Players are reacting. Agents are making phone calls. Coaches are re-evaluating game plans. Because when the Warriors win a bidding war, history tells us something important usually follows. Pressure. Pressure on the Western Conference. Pressure on contenders who thought they had a clear path. Pressure on teams that believed Golden State was vulnerable. That belief is gone. What makes this move even more dangerous is how perfectly it fits the Warriors' system. This isn't a random swing. This isn't desperation. This is alignment. Fit. Timing. Everything about it screams intention. The kind of move you make when you believe, deep down, that you're one piece away. And let's be honest, how many times have we doubted the Warriors before? We doubted them when they drafted Steph Curry. We doubted them when they traded for Andre Iguodala. We doubted them when they signed Kevin Durant. We doubted them after injuries, after losses, after critics said the dynasty was finished. And every time, they answered with banners. This is why the rest of the league is nervous right now. Because Golden State has a history of turning moments like this into championships. They don't chase headlines. They chase rings. And this move? It screams championship ambition. Inside the Warriors' locker room, the energy is different now. Confidence has shifted into belief. Veterans know what this means. Young players understand the stakes. Everyone realizes that the front office just told them, without saying a word, "We believe in you, and we're going for it." That kind of message is powerful. It changes how teams practice, how they prepare, how they respond to adversity. When players know the organization is fully committed, it unlocks another level of focus. And the timing couldn't be better. The Western Conference is stacked, but it's also fragile. Injuries, chemistry issues, pressure situations, all of these can swing a season. Golden State just gave itself an advantage that doesn't show up on a stat sheet. Fear. Opponents now have to game plan differently. Coaches now have to worry about matchups they didn't have to worry about before. And stars across the league are looking at the standings and realizing the road just got a lot tougher. This is how power shifts happen in the NBA. Quietly at first. Then suddenly, everyone feels it. What's even more impressive is how disciplined the Warriors remained throughout the process. They didn't leak desperation. They didn't rush announcements. They didn't allow the bidding war to expose weakness. They stayed patient, confident, and precise. That's championship DNA. And for fans who've been riding this emotional roller coaster, this move feels like validation. Validation that the front office hears the noise. Validation that Steph Curry's prime still matters. Validation that the Warriors refuse to fade quietly into the background. This isn't nostalgia. This is evolution. Now, the real question everyone's asking is simple: what happens next? Because moves like this rarely exist in isolation. They create momentum. They attract interest. They open doors. Free agents notice. Veterans start thinking differently. Players who once saw Golden State as a declining power now see opportunity again. And opportunity plus culture is a dangerous combination. The Warriors' culture has always been their secret weapon. Unselfish basketball. Accountability. Trust. When you add a major piece through a hard-fought bidding war, you're not just adding talent, you're reinforcing belief. Belief that this group can still reach the top. Belief that banners are still within reach. Belief that the dynasty, while transformed, is not finished. Make no mistake, the rest of the league is already adjusting. Some teams will respond with panic moves. Others will try to counter. But very few organizations can respond the way Golden State just did, with clarity, confidence, and courage. And that's what separates contenders from champions. This move didn't just win a bidding war. It won a psychological battle. It reminded everyone that when the Warriors decide to act, they act with purpose. They don't hesitate. They don't flinch. They commit.